Hello, gamers. Hello, everybody. How's it going? Welcome back. Welcome back to Studio Spicy. Kicking up another week. Starting off strong on a Wednesday. Excited to be back. Can't wait to game. Cannot wait to get in here. How's everybody doing today? How you doing? Had a good week so far, I hope. Hello. What's up, Sophie? What's up, TJ? What's up, Jerry? Thank y'all for being here. You're in for a real treat today. A real treat. Got some burritos? Heck yeah. You know what's crazy is I had burritos today too, actually. Probably not as good as your burritos, though. My burritos were frozen. And then, well, reheated. I reheated them, but they were frozen to start. So, kind of bottom of the barrel as far as burritos goes, but still a burrito nonetheless. You know, that counts for something. Oh, wow. Look at that. Twinning with the frozen burritos. Heck yeah. I guess it's just that kind of a day, huh? There's something in the air that really says frozen burrito time. Yep. Wait. Yeah. I think that might actually be exactly. Well, mine were the chimichangas, though. I get the bean and cheese and beef chimichangas, and I have kind of a combo play that I do where they have microwave instructions and they have air fryer instructions. The microwave leaves it too soggy, the air fryer leaves it too crispy. So I do a minute and a half in the microwave and then 4 minutes in the air fryer at 350, and it's like chef kiss. Perfect. That's the way to do it. That's the chimichanga hack. If anybody out there at home is also repping the Monterey frozen burritos. Anyways, that's enough of that. That's enough burrito talk, I think. How's everybody else doing? Hope y'all's week is off to a good start. I know mine is. It's been a fun one. Lots of going back and forth with the factory to. We're in the final stages of production with Mythmash and Draftable, getting the shipping set up, getting it all locked in, and yeah, very exciting stuff. Kind of with that in mind, let me show you. We're waiting for Arl. Arl will be here very shortly. In fact, let me pull up Discord. Oh, you know what? There he is right there. Check this out. Hey, Arl, what's up? I'm doing good. How are you? Oh, wait, hold on. I think I don't have desktop. Why do I not have desktop audio on this? Give me 1 second, Arl. I'm sorry. You guys can't hear Arl. He is talking. This will be fixed very shortly. All right, how about this? Let's give me a little check.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
There it is. There's the boy. All right, so you're doing good. You had some work drama today. It sounds like.
Oh yeah, this is not private information. It's actually quite sad. I shouldn't go into it.
Oh yeah, well, that's fine. We don't need to.
Yeah, it's not fun. Okay. So let's just move on.
Yeah, sure. Cool. You been up to anything fun lately? You been doing any gaming in your own time? Anything?
I have not been into gaming, though. It was funny because last week Jay said, so I really like games that have the appearance of operating systems. Like I think that Jay has watched me play like 3 video games that are like fake operating systems, and Jay was like, I think that you just like games that look like computers. And this new puzzle game came out like literally yesterday, and it's a puzzle game that's about like fixing malware issues in a computer with Windows 95. And then I was like, oh, maybe I do have a problem. Maybe I do just want to play
it immediately sounded fun to you.
Games. Yeah, I was like, oh, that sounds like a good time.
Nice. Have you played? I assume you've played. Was like Hypnospace Outlaw or something like that.
I actually haven't played Hypnospace.
Oh my gosh, so you got to play that then. That's like the quintessential operating system game. I have not played it. I've seen a couple small playthroughs of it, but it seems cool. It seems very cool. Yeah, you should check that out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Board Game Geek is a website.
I've heard of it.
We can look at it. Shall we look at it? I think let's not spend too much time on this today. There's not a lot.
Can you share screens quickly just so I can be on
Yep. Let me do that. Let me do that real quick. And there you go. Okay. Ooh, we are my computer is lagging a little bit. Let me
Uh-oh.
Let me see what I can do about this. I might close out of some. Let me close out of InDesign. This probably doesn't need to be open right now. Give me
Adobe is like just a bunch of like CPU eating beasts. Every
That is true.
thing.
That is true. Yeah.
I've been playing games and have them slow down like exponentially, and I'm like, what's happening? And then it turns out that I just left Acrobat running in the background. And I'm like, leave me alone.
Jeez, even
open
Acrobat?
PDFs. Yeah.
That feels like that shouldn't be that heavy of a
That's
lifter.
what I'm saying.
I guess, yeah, that is what you were saying. I'll go ahead and close Photoshop too. I did a little work on Gacha-Pawn. That's what we're playing today, by the way. Spoiler alert.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So we got some new card backs. Nothing too crazy. I think you guys saw me working on it in our little intro that we did there. Here, I'll pull up. I've got Tabletop Simulator running. You can see what we got here. I added a new section to the board for the trophies, the trophy cards.
Ooh.
So that should be exciting. Other than that, it's mostly the same, though. New card backs, new board. And this time we're going to take some notes on changes that we want to see made, I think.
Yeah, let's.
That's going to be the goal of this play sesh. No, I don't want to save that. Sorry, I gotta... It makes sense now why my computer was lagging a little bit. We've got quite a few...
Yeah, you did have like 50 tabs open.
Quite a few
different
things
software.
open. Yeah. No, I don't want to save that. I do want to save this. And, oh my gosh, wow. What was I doing? Has it just been like weeks since I closed anything? I guess. Sorry, we're about to get into real content here very soon. We just need to nip this in the bud, you know?
You know those moments where you're like, why is the battery on my phone draining so quickly?
Yeah.
And then you like go to close tabs and you've got like 80 different applications open and you're like, oh, I figured this out in real time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, how does that happen? How do you end up with so many open... I feel like I never remember opening all of these applications that I see when I do that on my phone.
I know. And then I like check every... I check all the rideshare applications to like compare prices, and then I just like leave them open.
Yeah.
But I like also check my like modes of transit first, and so I'm like, I'll like be, why is my battery draining so fast? And then it's like Google Maps, Apple Maps, Lyft, Uber, this other one in New York called Revel. They're like all open and all just like sucking up my battery, and I'm like, oh.
Does New York have its own rideshare app?
Yeah, there's a rideshare app called Revel, and they're blue. They're like baby blue Teslas that pick you up and drive you around.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
What's their deal?
But like nobody uses
Teslas?
them.
Oh.
Well, they used to have electric scooters that you could rent, just like mopeds, like Vespas.
Yeah.
And they would have these Revel stations where you could pick them up and drop them off. But the issue is that people kept getting into accidents with them.
Right, that makes sense.
And also one time I watched a bunch of teenagers push one into the middle of the street where it was hit by a car. Real. And then like after I saw that happen, like not a month after, I got this New York Times notification, and it was like, Revel says it's removing all of its electric scooters from the city. And I was like, yeah, I can see why. I can firsthand see why they might make that decision.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're about to jump into Board Game Geek, but before we do, I missed a few chat things while I was closing out all the applications. First of all, Sophie, thanks so much for the sub, dude. Appreciate you. We are at 7 out of 10 of our founder badge slots filled, so the window of opportunity is closing. If anybody else wants to get in there and have that nice little first number pop up next to your name every time that you chat in here. For the rest of time, by the way, this is a permanent thing that you get. So, just wanted to point that out. Also, if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime, which means you get a free sub once a month. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm just going to leave that on the table. You do with that information what you will. Also, thanks for the bits, Sophie. Highlighting a message. Yeah. That makes sense. That sounds like a Remy thing. Okay. All right, cool. We're all caught up on that. Let's get into this. Everyone's favorite, Board Game Geek. I actually spent most of yesterday on Board Game Geek getting pages loaded in here for Draft Duel and Mythmash. In fact, I bet that is what this little notification in my Geek Mail is. Let me check that off screen. Oh yeah, submission approved. Nice. My submission for Mythmash has been approved. Okay, very cool. So does that mean that it's on here now? Mythmash. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here we go. All right, no images yet because you have to submit it without images first.
All right. Well, immediately I see there's no cover, there's no pictures, there's no videos. So
I know you should be able to submit. I don't know. I'm not going to go into it. This is, I feel like every time we spend time on Board Game Geek, it always ends up with me talking about how I don't like Board Game Geek, but they did approve my submission of my game, so I guess I gotta give them some credit here. So this is the fun Mythmash page. No images yet. I'll be addressing that very shortly. And then Draft Tool actually already had a page from our version that we released last Christmas time. So I went in and added some images, requested that they change the cover photo. They have not done that yet. Updated this. I guess they didn't really approve anything that I did on the Draft Tool page yet, but it's a work in progress. The images are up there at least, so I'm doing my best, guys.
So we're
going to get it done.
For transparency, you don't get to actually build the page. You just tell them what you want on the page and they do it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That seems like exhausting work on Board Game Geek's part.
And
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's needlessly exhausting for them because what are you gaining from this? I guess what you're gaining is that anybody can submit anything they want to this page. I'm not sure that's a bonus though. I'm not sure that's a positive because you end up with stuff like this where it's like, okay, this is the old box cover for the game. It's just a photo that someone took. It looks fine, but I want this to be the cover. This is the actual cover of the game now.
Yeah.
And I logged on to Board Game Geek and searched Draft Tool, totally unaware that there even was a Board Game Geek page already made for this that somebody else made on our behalf, and it's like, well, that's nice that you would do that, but I would
feels
like
it
to
should
make
be
my own.
It feels like it should be like a Wikipedia thing where people can write and update in real time, and then if something is not what the developers want it to be, then they can report it to a moderator team. But it is crazy that it just needs to be all the information needs to be spoon-fed to the Board Game Geek team, and then they build it for you.
Yeah. This website is just bonkers in so many ways. The submission form, I'll show you what this looks like. This is how you do this, by the way. Not very well, not very easy to find, but you can contribute a board game. And this is what the submission form looks like. And any of these text fields that you enter in, the font is classic, 2000s era forum thread font. And I don't know.
It's Courier new, but who's
Okay.
asking?
I'm glad that you knew that. You would think that I would know that. I'm kind of a font guy, but I didn't.
I did think you would know that.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know. All right. Anyways, let's look at some games. Like I said, we're not going to spend too much time on this today, but we will do a little bit. This is all, I think, pretty much. Well, Bloodstones is new. Up to 6 asymmetrical players fight for supremacy in this fantasy war game. All right, you piqued my interest. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
7.7. By the way, asymmetrical is the word that's piquing my interest here.
I was about to ask you. Well, I'll ask after we review Bloodstones.
Okay. 1 to 6 players. That's a wide range. A little bit heavy, a little on the heavier side. When this came out in 2023. Not super sure what it's doing on the hotness list. I wonder if there's like a new.
I'm wondering if it's like
something?
a Kickstarter, or like the Kickstarter finally came out.
Yeah, I guess that's always a possibility. Oh yeah, wait. TJ says he's hyped for Lord of the Rings Duel. We did look at this last time. We'll bring it up again quickly.
Yeah, because it's a
based on Seven Wonders Duel.
Seven Wonders Duel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was talking to my buddy Mike Fitzgerald the other day, and he was telling me about this game. He's pretty hyped for it. So, yeah.
I mean, Seven Wonders Duel is a great game, and if you enjoy Lord of the Rings, like, I think that things that are like thematically retooled a little bit to be kind of like franchise specific, and like just having all the tokens represent like things from your favorite franchise is. I know a lot of people are like against when a game gets reskinned to like a corporate, IP to like a very pop culture thing, but I think it's fun. I don't know. I'm very pop culture centric, so
yeah, no, I like it. I like Lord of the Rings. I haven't played Seven Wonders Duel, but I do like 2-player games. Looks like a nice little card based. It seems right up my alley. There's cards. It's 2 players. What more could you ask for? So yeah, that's Lord of the Rings Duel. I'm not. I would love to figure out from these pictures how the different factions are asymmetrical or whatever, but I'm not sure that that's gonna happen.
I'm starting to get the fastest ban hammer in the West. We got one of those viewers and just immediately banned.
Wow, check that out. Good for you. We need to figure out how to. I know we said we were going to do this last time.
Yeah, I gotta get auto mod set up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got a solo campaign. That was a very interesting picture that told us something that we have not seen so far. One of the images that had the rule book said it had 2 books. I think it's that second photo now that you're like all the way to the left, like farthest left photo on the like little.
This. Yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. Cool. All right. Well, I don't really have much to say about this war game. I guess they're asymmetrical somehow. They look like little dominoes. That's kind of cool. We're not gonna.
The question that I was gonna ask you is, do you like asymmetrical games?
I do. I feel like there's not enough of them. I think it's kind of an emerging trend. I think there's a lot of room to be explored in asymmetrical game design. I'm trying to think what some of my favorite examples are. I guess even thinking back to like social deduction games are always pretty asymmetrical.
Yeah. I might argue the most famous, to me personally, like the most well-known asymmetrical game would be House on Hill. What is it?
Oh yeah, Betrayal at House on the Hill.
Betrayal at House on Hill. Yeah.
House on Hill. You know what's crazy is I've never played that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's polarizing.
It's polarizing.
Or hate it. Sound off in chat. Do you love or hate Betrayal at House on Hill? Everybody will have an answer to it. I guarantee you.
Great. Well, can't wait to see. the answers come in here. Maybe you should start a poll. Do you know how to do that?
Oh, can I do that?
I think you can. I don't know. I couldn't tell you how, but maybe you can figure it out.
I'm going to try to figure it out.
Sophie loves it. TJ says it's fine. Yeah, you're right. Pretty polarizing. We got 2 Tikal games. I'm just going to quickly run through these while you try to figure out the thing. Tikal Legend and also just regular Tikal. Oh, this is cool. Check that out. Little miniature. This seems like one of those games that there's just so many different versions of, and all the pictures are of different versions, and it makes it kind of innavigable on Board Game Geek. So, yeah. Have you ever played any of these, Arl? I haven't.
I have never.
Okay. It seems like something that I've heard of before, but can't say that I've played it. Nothing to really look at here for Tikal Legends. Comes out in 2025. I guess they just kind of announced the game. There's not even a Kickstarter page for it yet. So, all right, whatever. That's enough of the hotness. Let's look at crowdfunding. Is there anything on here that we... Reforged, I keep seeing banner ads for. I can't even tell you how many Board Game Geek banner ads I got for Reforged as I was going...
Oh, Jerry Aris, I guess I should have made a... Maybe I can edit this. Never mind. I should have made a thing in the poll for having not played it.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, that was... That is good. I should have put that in, but... There is a poll now.
Seems like they are investing some funds into promoting this game. Let's see what it's all about. Video? Start with the video? Let's start with the video.
Always.
Only 44 seconds.
Lords
like
and
that.
ladies of the land.
Nice and
A
quick.
kingdom crumbles before you, and jealous rivals plot your demise.
This is for sure AI art, right?
You must command your forces
that
in
is,
preparation
for sure.
for battle. Gather riches on the road to victory. Unlock magical powers and ancient relics. And do whatever it takes to
Voiceover is pretty
reforge
crazy.
the kingdom.
I was gonna say, I'll tell you what's not AI, the voiceover.
Reforged. Available now on Kickstarter.
Available now on Kickstarter. Well, that's not quite accurate.
I think you mean available now on Kickstarter.
Available now on Kickstarter. Interesting.
Where does it have your section about AI art? This is your... I mean, we gotta go to...
Use of AI.
There it is.
They do plan to use AI-generated content in my project. Okay.
Listen, they're very bold about it, though. I will say they're not, like... We've seen some people that kind of, like, half admit to using AI, and they have fully stated their claim right now.
Yep.
AI work has been incorporated, including box, poster, some of the cards, and our promotional video. We may use AI to assist us with the work we do to refine content during and after Kickstarter. We see AI as a tool and helpful supplement for digital artwork, but we value human design and creativity as the foundation for these works. Like, if you're going to use AI, at least do what you just did there and be like, yep, I'm using it. I think that human art and creativity is important, but we needed AI to make this thing.
Yep, I agree. I think, yeah, if you're going to use it, this is the way to do it. I don't feel... My biggest thing, is my dad and I were talking about this just yesterday, actually, with AI art, is that, like...
Keith,
yeah. Keith and I. That's right. He's sitting right over my shoulder right now. I'm sure he's turning his head. We were talking about, like, the thing that feels worse about AI art is when you find out something that you thought was maybe real art is AI art, and you feel deceived.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's good that they're not doing that. I think that is the main problem, and so that angle of it is at least being averted. I think this is fine. I think, I feel like, and you can see it in the backers even. People, I think a lot of people out there see AI art and immediately just aren't interested in supporting the project. I think that's totally fine. I think there's other people out there that see AI art and, if they're not being deceived by it, they're like, well, I guess it doesn't really impact my enjoyment of the game, so I feel fine backing it. And yeah, I think it's fine for both of those types of people to exist and support games and whatever.
It
I'll
didn't
say-
happen. Oops,
Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say it didn't happen this year, to the best of my knowledge. We were at Gamma, the board game industry
Mm-hmm.
sort of convention that goes on. But I would not be surprised if there ended up being like roundtables and huge panels next year about like, for both retailers and publishers, like, I've been given a game that's like fully AI. What do I do next? Because I think it's going to become the next. I think it's going to become the next like big question hurdle in the game industry.
Yeah. You see so much of this. I feel like it's all over the crowdfunding countdown these days. There's just all kinds of games that are just like all AI generated. So yeah, it does definitely seem like a direction we're moving in. I'd be curious to hear other industry professionals' opinions on it.
Sophie says, I feel like personally it doesn't bother me, but I feel obligated to give more space to my artist friends who often feel really passionate about AI art for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's kind of the same way that I feel too. I think art made by artists looks better to me. And art is kind of an integral part of how I enjoy board games to begin with. And so I don't think I would ever really be interested in a game like this that uses all AI art for, every component that in the game. I think that, if there's ever a way to do an AI art board game Kickstarter campaign, this is the way to do it. Very upfront and straightforward about it. And but yeah, I think it's also important to listen to artists and to take their opinions maybe with a few more grains of salt than you would take the opinions of just regular consumers.
My thing is that, and I think we've harped on AI for too long, so I'll be very quick about it.
Good.
But,
I'm cool if this is our whole Kickstarter
this is our whole
conversation today. Yeah.
My whole thing is that, like, when I DM in D&D, I use AI art to generate the locations sometimes, of just like quick mental images of like where you guys are and where you're going. And so obviously I'm not going to be out here and be like, I hate AI, because I obviously use AI art. Like, I'm going to get clocked immediately for using it. But what separates it from me is, like, if I'm playing a board game, if I'm spending $30 on a board game, if the intent of a creator is to profit off of it, is to make money off of this and see success, I get that at this moment in time, you need the AI art because you cannot afford art for your board game. But I then ask you, like, what stops you from just delaying the release of your game by a little bit? Like, why do you have to get it out right now, right this second, using AI art? Like, what stops you from, like, waiting a little bit and, like, saving up money and then finding an artist to hire and have them make the art? And I get it could be a very pricey thing depending on how many cards, the boards that you're using. Like, there's under no means am I trying to be like, just spend the money to hire an artist, like. But at the same time, if my options are like release a game right now using AI art, or wait 6 months to release a game that I, expect to make money on, and actually like save up the financials to hire an artist so that my game has a unique art style that doesn't look like all the other AI games out there, that's the one that I'm going to take.
Yeah, definitely. You bring up a good point about art being... It kind of prices a lot of would-be designers out of the market, because it is kind of an expensive thing, and yeah, you can save up for it, but sometimes, if you're like me, you've got all these ideas up here, and it's like, oh, well, I want to get them all out, and it creates a bit of a bottleneck if you need to just like continue to work to save up the money to put out art for one game. And you see what I mean? So I wonder if there's something to be said for sort of reimagining how artists get paid in the board game world. Because designers often, and structuring it more similarly to how like designers get paid. It seems like the way a lot of these projects go these days is game designer makes a game. They pay an upfront fee to the artist for the art that they commission from them. And then the designer doesn't make money until they do the Kickstarter campaign, and then they use a portion of that to go make the game and fulfill the game, and whatever's left over they keep. I wonder if the artist could be involved in that in the same way, where they're not getting any upfront payment, or maybe a small upfront payment or something like that, but it's more, more collaborative between the artist and the designer, and they're going to get a cut of that final revenue, but only after it, funds and sells. And you see what I'm saying? How does that strike you?
I mean, I know. I think that I think it makes sense to me. I think largely too, like, relationships with artists are beneficial because they get to flesh out their portfolio, and as long as these agreements are like fully understood by both parties and accepted ahead of times, then it works. TJ says, I want to get his comment. It's a great concept. I'm fine with it if it improves daily life. I think using AI art is slippery. I'd rather them use it to help with concept, but would prefer them to use and pay an artist for a finished product. I'm glad they're upfront with what they're doing with the Kickstarter. And then Soap said, very true, AI can do a lot, and it's helpful, and be helpful. Very true, AI can do a lot and be so helpful. It's mostly the process of how AI programmers harvest art and don't give artists easy way to opt out of being used for teaching AI. I agree with that completely, too.
I agree completely as well. I think if the training process was more transparent and less predatory, then I think a lot of the complaints around AI art would have a lot less credit, less merit. Cool. Let's put a cap on that. That seems like a good place to stop. We'll look more closely at this crowdfunding countdown the next time we do one of these, I guess on Friday. When hopefully there's some more stuff for us to look at here. I see a few that are going to be interesting on Friday. All right, but for now, for the time being, why don't we just go ahead and hop right in to some Gacha-Pawn action. Let me invite... I'll wait for you to log on here.
Oh, yeah. I'm always late to the...
Tabletop Simulator party. For those of you that did not catch our last Gacha-Pawn stream, this is a new concept that I'm working on. First of all, Steve, thanks for the sub, dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate you tuning in. That's 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, guys. We're getting close. You're getting close. By the way, Steve, in case you weren't aware, you're going to get a nifty little first badge next to your name that displays on the channel for the rest of time. So it's only available to the first 10 people that subscribe to the channel. So you are really maximizing your value by subscribing right now. Thanks so much, Steve. Appreciate it. Good to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the studio. We are setting up Gacha-Pawn right now. Arl is going to be joining very shortly. Can you just let yourself in here?
I can.
You can. Perfect.
Doors wide open.
Doors wide open. That's what we like to see. Excellent. So we played this for the first time, maybe, 2 weeks ago now on stream? Yeah. And it went well. We liked it. I was kind of surprised at how well it went. I made a couple adjustments since then. Nothing too major. The cards have some new backs. Redesigned the board a little bit to fit this trophy deck on there. And
it went so well that Sam immediately planned a trip to Japan to get first-hand knowledge of gacha machines.
I gotta get to Japan. I gotta do my research. Yeah. that I am going to Japan, actually. That's a good segue, Arl. I think I've mentioned it before on the stream, but yeah, I'm going to Japan next Friday. That's so close.
Woo-hoo!
That's so close. And next Saturday, actually. Next Friday will be our last stream before Japan. So I will be taking a little 2-week break, but
just Tokyo or Tokyo Kyoto Osaka.
We're gonna go all over. So the first thing we're landing in Tokyo. First thing we're doing is going to Kyoto, and we're gonna spend the first few days there. Kyoto, Nara, that area. Then we're coming back to Tokyo for the weekend, and then part of the group is flying back after that, and then me and the rest of the group are staying for another week, and we're kind of playing fast and loose after the first week. We've all got the rail pass for unlimited bullet train rides, so I think we might just kind of go all over. Just kind of, go where the wind takes us, as it were.
Yeah.
So yeah, really looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Soap says 2 weeks is a good amount of time. Yeah, I agree. So I went for 1 week last time, and I feel like I definitely could do more than that. And so 2 weeks feels like the natural progression from 1 week. But now that I'm kind of staring down the barrel of it, it's like, whoa, that's a long time. Hopefully, it's not too much time. I did effectively double the amount of time I was spending in Japan over last year. So
there's just like always something to do, though. I mean, I was there 2017 for 10 days, and that was like wow. I like those 10 days kind of like flew by, and I was like, oh, there's still so much I wished I could have done and places I could have gone. So
yeah, we'll see. I'm sure I'll love it. I'm sure it's gonna be a great time. Let's play Gacha-Pawn.
Let's do it.
Let's play Gacha-Pawn. So this is all set up. I think I'm not going to explain the rules at the start this time.
Did you shuffle this deck?
Oh, no, I didn't. Oh my gosh.
I was about to say, there's something a little...
Let's get this fixed.
Draw was 4 maids, then that's the way that it was, but...
There should not be 4 maids. That's crazy. Well, let's shuffle all these up. You'll notice that the capsule deck and the snack deck have the same back now. So that should be helpful. You won't get those. You won't be able to tell what's coming up in your deck.
Like I just got disconnected. Time. 1 second. I'll be right. I guess I'm rejoining. Don't know what happened.
Oh, interesting. Okay. That's better. How did I not even see that when I was dealing these out the first time? I was just so focused on Tokyo. I think my next step with this, kind of dovetailing off the conversation that we just had actually, is going to be to go in and generate some AI concept art for these cards, just to kind of get some rough stuff on there.
Yeah. And again, I think like concept art to sort of take things like one step up towards seeing if it would work as a real thing is totally fine and totally valid.
Couldn't agree more. And I do use it for that. I used it for Mythmash. I generated a bunch of AI art for that at first, and then showed it to my artist and said, this is kind of what I have in mind. And then he took it from there. And I feel like that's an awesome workflow. And great way to use AI. Very ethical, there's no one's job is being replaced in that scenario. I guess maybe a concept artist, but the artist is still involved, and I feel like that's what matters. So, all right. Yeah. So we're going to, I think we just start, right? We each get like 10 coins to start. Was that it?
I think so.
Let's do that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's for me. So on your turn, a few things you can do. You First, draw a hand of 5 cards from your deck. We don't have any cards to start. There's no starter cards. That would actually be another thing I would look at adding in the near future. Maybe some cards to start the game with.
Yeah.
But for now, we're just going to be spending our first couple turns buying cards, probably. So you can buy cards. So these is the capsule machine up here. You roll the die. It tells you which card you get, 1 through 5. On a 6, you get to pick whichever one you want, but then your turn ends. As long as you don't get a 6, you can continue buying capsules. The cost goes up by 1 each time, all the way up to 6. Actually, it only went up to 5 last time. I added the 6 because I felt like we were ending up with a lot of money in our pockets by the end of the game. And so, yeah, you buy these cards. They go to your discard pile. They'll go into your hand eventually, and then you can either sell them or play them as effects, or both, I guess. But if you don't sell them, you get to, discard them at the end of the turn and continue using their effects. You can also buy a snack from the vending machine during your turn. There's a few snacks set out here. They get replaced each time that one gets bought. Same with the capsules. These are I guess we're calling them trophy cards for now. It's just like a bunch of nerd stuff from the 2000s. So you get like tickets to go see the Idol show. You get the iPod Nano. You get the Pokemon Emerald. Pokemon E, I guess, is what it says on the thing there. So those all cost money. These are victory points. I guess we're going to play to 10 points. Does that sound good to you? I think that's what we did last time.
Can I make a note for our future Gacha-Pawn notes already? Is it too early?
Nope. Let me open up a notepad. What do you got?
Thematically, and you can immediately shut this down. Maybe for a future version of Gacha-Pawn, we change like 1 coin to 100 yen, silver coin to 500 yen, and 5 coins to 1,000 yen, just to kind of go with the Japanese gacha theme.
Yeah, that's fine with me. I wonder if there's a case to be made for, like I see in video games all the time, like Japanese video games specifically. They'll like have a cute spoof on yen. They won't say it's yen. They'll call it like zen or something.
Sure.
I don't know.
This
I
is
guess
more
I don't know why they
more
do
of
that.
Sam on his Persona 5 grind set.
No, they call it yen in Persona 5. I guess I'm thinking of like Monster Hunter does this. It's called Zen Monster Hunter, and what other games do this? Pokemon has like the Pokebucks, but the symbol looks like the yen symbol basically, but with a P. I guess then do they ever mention what the name of the Pokemon currency is?
Actually, that's a great question.
Pokedollars?
My first thought was
TJ says it's Pokedollars. Yeah, maybe that's right. Yeah. So anyway, maybe we should have our own funny fake currency.
According to an official thing, Pokedollars is a fan. Pokedollars is what the fan calls it. The official name of the Pokemon currency is Pokemon Dollars, which has to be one of the worst video game currency names I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Can't wait for you to log on to League of Legends later tonight and upgrade your character with League of Legend dollars.
Yeah. Well, it came out in the 90s. Cut them some slack. They didn't know. They were pioneering.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, no, that's a good note, though. I have change currency down on the list, so we will inspect that further.
Stoke votes for a fun fake currency. So
okay.
I totally, like, anything works for me. I just think that like a weird like bronze, silver, gold 135 seems a little thematically strange for this like fun and colorful game about like gacha machines. So.
Definitely. Plus, if we use yen, then we can do the fun coin with the hole in the middle and do tokens out of those.
Coin. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good. All right. Yeah, that's basically it. Do you want to go first this time? I think I went first last time.
Sure.
All right. Take your turn.
I'm so ready. I was about to be like, I'm gonna buy this gacha thing, which completely is not what this game is about. So clearly, I need to get my head in the game. And first things first, we spend 2 coins to roll to get some stuff. Let's see where fate Fate tells me what my build is, so take this takoyaki. I'll spend my 2 coins. I hope that went in the right one. Yeah. Okay. We start with 10 coins, is what you said?
Yes, you should have 10 coins to start.
I will.
Oh, yeah, you could wear them as earrings, couldn't you, Soap? That's very good. We could even make... You could even make earrings. Although if you're going to make earrings for this game, that's going to be an accessory. It's got to just be like the cute little toy.
This is my favorite thing about artist friends, how just ideas snowball. Gives him more and more ideas. It's the most fun part about it. Okay, I'm going to... Oh, wait. Hang on. Get a new card. Whoop. Oh, man. There's so much good... There's so many powerful synergies available. I know. It's like a lot. I'm gonna roll again. I will spend my...
What have you gotten so far? Oh, the taco. Oh, the takoyaki. That's a classic.
It's fine. It's fine.
Just fine?
Frosty mug. Okay.
That's what I would have picked.
And I am going to spend 2 coins on some Joylent from the vending machine.
Joylent. Very good, very good.
And that will be my turn.
Excellent.
Oops.
Okay. I will start by rolling. So this gets reset to 2.
Oh, wait. I accidentally took 2 of my coins twice. I should have 3 coins, not 1 coin.
6 right off the bat. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Well,
I realized this when we stopped playing. Last time I did not roll a 6 the entire game. Not one time.
Wow. That's actually pretty unlikely. You did a lot of rolling.
Yeah.
What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? Ooh, recycling bin's pretty good. Vending machine would also be good at this point in the game, I think. Secret agent would also be good because there's a lot of tech cards out right here with a little gear symbol on them.
Or you could just spend all of your money right now, absolutely lose it all, and get Pokemon E. That's what I would recommend.
Pokemon E.
No investments, no thinking about the future, just short-term profit.
Oh, you know what? This brings up a good point, Arl, that we were talking about last time, is that should you get a coin at the start of your turn, every turn, just to kind of stop you? Because if I spent all my money on Pokemon E right now...
yeah, you'd be stuck.
I'd be out of the game, yeah. So
yeah.
We'll just say that you get a coin at the start of every turn.
Yeah.
Should it even be 2 coins, just so you basically get a free roll each turn?
I don't know. Because then it just feels like you can make poor financial decisions and still be fine and bailed out by the end of it.
Yeah.
That's the part about getting 2 coins. That's like, then there's no punishment for your like overachieving mistakes.
For your hubris.
Made. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's fair. We get 1 coin at the start of each turn after your first turn.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll say after your first turn. All right. So I'm taking Secret Agent. I've decided. And since I rolled a 6, that does end my turn. I don't know that I like that rule, actually.
Wait, what do you mean? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so...
Is that true? Yeah, I never knew that.
I've said that before. You know what? Actually, rewind. Back it up. Reverse the tapes. You do... Okay, so since I rolled a 6, I do get to keep playing. And so I'm going to do that. 2. Perfect. Well, not perfect. That's actually not what I would have preferred. But I will take it.
PJ, do you mean like Pokemon E in real life, or are you talking the warped economy of scale in Gacha-Pawn right now? TJ asked, can we talk about how a loose copy of Pokemon E is like 250 big ones?
Yeah, that's it is. It is. I assume TJ's talking about real life.
Oh, IRL. I didn't know that.
It's quite the expensive game. 6? No, I should have 5 at this point. Yeah, we can talk about it. I mean, how much is there to say, though?
Yeah, well, I think
it's a nuts price. It's too much money. Honestly, here, I'm actually going to say it. This is my hot take. Pokemon Emerald, I went back and played it recently. I played it on the iPhone emulator when that came out, while that was still kind of hot. Played it recently. It's okay. It's just okay. I'm sure. Probably I was expecting to like it more than I should have been.
What's your favorite Pokemon game?
My favorite Pokemon game. That's such a good question. We don't have time to talk about this right now, but Colosseum's probably up there. I really like the GameCube ones a lot. Colosseum, Gale of Darkness. Yeah. Gen 5, Black and White. Black 2, White 2 are pretty peak. Especially from like an art standpoint. I think that's probably the best art they've ever had. Best art direction they've ever had in a Pokemon
Well, it's also
game.
the last time they did like 2D pixel art, and then they fully went 3D.
It is, yeah. And they, they should have stuck with it.
I agree. No, I agree completely.
It looks so much better.
Some 3D Pokemon look so ugly.
Yeah.
They look so
I feel like they've only continued to look worse the more they work on it. Like, X and Y was the first time they did it. Honestly, I didn't even hate it that much. It seemed like it was still like kind of pixelated on the screen. You could almost trick yourself into believing that they were sprites. But from then on, once it got to the Switch, Sword and Shield, oh my gosh. Give me a break.
Well, it's like graphical fidelity changed immensely, so you could see them clearer, but also like they didn't redesign any of the Pokemon. So now all the 3D models just kind of look like they're like super simple and made out of like modeling clay. And that's just the way it is. Wow, you're spending all of your money on cards, huh?
I am, yeah. Spent 9.
Whoa.
Did love Arceus. Yeah, Arceus was that was a good game. Certainly the best game that they've put out in a while. I would push back on it being the art being better than Black and White, though. They had something going with the art style.
Okay, so is that your turn? Is your turn over?
Yeah, that's my turn. Yeah, go ahead. I did not buy a snack.
We put this in the discard. We pull a new one of these. Mm-hmm. Now the question is, do we refresh shop cart?
No, I think we just leave those out.
Okay.
Does that work for you?
Yeah, I mean that works for me.
Yeah, I think it's going to work the same way that Snack Machine works, where you can buy one a turn, and then when you buy it, it gets replaced.
Yeah. Okay. And then do I start? I start again, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's your turn.
We don't back and forth. Yeah.
Soap says Arceus is her favorite game. That's not a bad take. I think. Yeah, I wish that they were kind of cooking with that. I felt like it was a step in the right direction for the franchise. Certainly the best Pokemon game on the Switch. I don't know. It was like almost perfect. Not almost perfect, but like almost for me would be like a good, like, wow, that's a good Pokemon game. Almost as good as I remember Pokemon games being back in the day. So I don't think that's a bad take.
I've given you your coin, your allowance.
Oh, I got a coin? Thank you.
Yeah, I gave you one, because that's how.
We're
doing things now. Them's the rules.
That's right. Are we on your turn,
I
thought I would get it on my turn.
I mean, I guess.
Whatever, that's fine.
I have my 3 cards now.
Perfect.
Okay.
Oh, this is weird. I hate how Tabletop Simulator does this, where it loads. I don't even know how it generates it, but it just picks like a random card in the deck to be the card back when it's in your hand specifically.
Yeah.
Feels dumb.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I see it on. I've seen it on your cards before. Too.
Yeah, if I put this in my hand, it's going to be like a mood ring or something now.
Yeah. I will tap my takoyaki to get my coin.
Excellent. That's free money.
And then free money. And then I will immediately spend my Joyland
Mm-hmm.
to get my 5 coins, which I guess is
Wow.
also free money, but it's not really just a
I
good
spend money to
investment.
make money.
So they say. And now with my loose collection of coins that are very disorganized and disheveled, I will spend 2 to get some goodies.
How did I not see the Dr. Salt waiting for me in the vending machine? That would have been a synergy.
Oh, yeah.
Don't buy it. Don't buy it.
Okay, now here's a question for you.
Okay.
Oh, wait, never mind. I've answered the question for myself.
Okay.
I was going to ask, just so I could put it out there on record, I figured the situation out. But, like, the Joylent gives me 5 coins, and I was going to ask if it gets 2 more because the all cards get +2 value, but that's just for gacha cards.
That's value, yeah. This is not value. This just says you get that many coins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I figured it out, but I thought I'd say it out loud just for the transparency of the stream.
Very good. I appreciate it.
What do I get? Vending machine. Okay. Sort of working my way towards a food synergy right now.
Mm-hmm. I see it.
And I will spend 3 coins to roll. Okay, I am. It doesn't help me with my food synergy. I mean, I'm not upset about the mood ring. Put that out there. But,
Yeah. Everything kind of slots nicely into any build.
Yeah. Whoop. And now, there's so many ways to go. There's actually a really varied gacha board right now. Like a lot of different things for a lot of different builds.
Yeah.
I am going to spend 2 coins to get the Earl Green.
Okay. Whew. Thank you for leaving my Dr. Salt on the table.
Yeah, you can take that Dr. Salt. I don't need that Dr. Salt. And I will end my turn there. And I also think I've come up with a second note for our
Okay, let's hear it.
for this game. I think that we need to find a way to make it so that when you move the pawn on the cost, it doesn't block the cost of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know it's like a given. Obviously, you know that 3 is between 2 and 4, but there's got to be like a way that you can make like a little something like, underneath it or on top of it.
Yeah,
And
I know exactly what you mean.
Maybe the place that the token is on is actually quite small in comparison to the number, but it does seem strange to cover up the cost for the round.
Right.
That's
Totally agree.
Small potatoes, but
Yeah.
thought I'd voice it.
I
agree.
agree.
I end my turn, so.
Very good. Okay, well, I will begin my turn. And I'm not even going to shuffle and deal because I only have 3 cards anyways.
We draw 5 cards, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's my land.
I'll take my... Oh, you already gave me my coin, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Okay. All cards get +2 value. Yeah, I think I will. I would consider selling Bunny Float for 5, except that the maid is right there, and it would give me ×2 value on it. So I think what I'm going to do is spend my 2 coins to roll first. Although I really need to buy this Dr. Salt. I'll spend the coins. If I get the maid, I'm going to skip Dr. Salt this turn. 6. Okay, perfect. Well, I will take maid. And that goes to my discard. I can't use it, otherwise... I mean, that would be a crazy little combo there. But so I'll actually end my turn there and hold for next turn.
Okay. You're like revving up for a big combo. I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see your eyes because I'm not looking at the stream, but I bet there's little like cartoon fire in it right now.
Wow. You nailed it.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, please. Please work with me. First and foremost, we do a new thing.
Everybody gets a
A
coin.
new...
Oh, yeah, one of those two. Yeah. Did you
Oh,
give yourself a
food
coin
cards,
yet?
time to value. I did not give myself a coin.
Have a coin. I'm gonna take one too.
I tap takoyaki.
That's so funny. Always gets a laugh out of me.
Gives me my coin. Did you give me the
I
takoyaki
did
tap
give you.
coin or no?
I did not give you the
Okay.
takoyaki coin.
Okay, just making sure. Just making sure. I feel like Nasty's card, because I don't think in the final version you can use the same names as
No.
Persona. These are
No,
Persona things.
definitely not.
I feel like Nasty should be like pot of tea in a reference to pot of greed because it lets you draw 3 additional cards.
Yeah, I like that. I'm putting that down.
Okay, it's time to cook, literally, because we've got a food themed deck. Let's see.
Don't remind us, TJ.
Okay, wait, what did TJ say?
TJ says, actually, Wizards of the Coast has trademarked the term tap.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
Is that real?
Yeah. Yeah, that's really...
Sometimes-
I mean, so many
sometimes-
people say it anyways. It's used very colloquially, but you can't, like, put the word tap in your rules book. Or they'll come after you for it.
Every time a Magic card says, like, in its on its like text on the box, like, tap for this, is there a trademark symbol after tap?
No.
Okay, I'm just curious. That'd be kind of funny in a terrible corporate way.
It would be fun.
Okay, food cards, time to value. So I sell my vending machine, which gives me 4 coins.
Okay.
And lets me take a snack card for free.
Yep. What will you take? What'll it be?
I'll take a nasty.
Okay.
We'll build up to it.
I'll say I do really want that Dr. Salt, but I'm not gonna tell you can't take it.
Now, here's the question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another question for you. Vending machine lets me take a snack card for free.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get to buy a snack this turn
do.
as well?
You do, yes.
Oh.
Yep, that is not your snack
Okay.
buy action.
Well, I will. You know me, I'm really into the fried bread. So
You like this
as
fried
soon as
bread?
I think fried bread's a great card.
Okay.
I don't like
Yeah.
the way that you insult your own cards. I don't like that. I don't like your attitude about it.
I think fried bread got a lot better when I added the 6 to this board.
I didn't even notice that you added the 6, to be honest. I thought it was always there. You could have gaslit me into believing it's always been there, and I wouldn't have even questioned it.
Well, it hasn't been. I would never do that. This is a new addition.
You said someone give me an elephant ear stat. Is that what you mean, like by fried bread, like an elephant ear, like the carnival food?
I guess. I suppose so.
Okay, well, I have 1 coin.
No, yeah, not a lot you can do with 1 coin.
Unless
You could sell something. Get more coin.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell my mood ring to get 2 coins. This is
Okay.
maybe not a wise decision to do with the mood ring, but
I think it's actually 4 because you'd be copying takoyaki, which is 2, but it's times 2 because...
oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yep.
Okay, well, thank you for that. I will happily take 4.
Take 4.
And I will roll. Okay, I'll take a bunny float. Bunny float kind of hype.
Oh, I wanted the bunny float.
Well, we all want things. And I will save my 3 coins because it feels a little risky to spend them all right now. And that'll be my turn. I'll pass it on to you.
Okay. I'm gonna draw my
Don't
4
forget
cards.
to take your coin if you haven't yet.
Okay. I will take a coin. And I will use made to give the bunny float ×2 value up to 6. And the shop card multiplies it again.
Whoa.
Up to 12.
Okay.
And then I'll use energy drink to choose a character card and play and use its effect as this one. I'll copy made to double the bunny float again, so it's 24. And then I will sell bunny float for 24. 2, 3, 4. And that's called profit. Okay. Yes. Now we're gaming. Let's do some rolls. Let's get rolling here. I should probably buy the iPod Nano actually first.
Oh, cool. Money moves, literally.
Yeah, you know what? I will do that. I will go ahead and buy that for 15. Okay, now I will spend 2 to roll. One gets me the capybara to my discard pile. Oops. I'll roll again, I think, for 3.
Okay.
1 recycling bin. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
And now I'll buy this Dr. Salt finally for 2.
I am nervous for your like. What's the gear symbol? Like machine cards, like technology cards.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
I'm excited for the tech deck that you're building.
Yeah, wait, tech decks should be in here.
I could never figure out tech decks as a kid.
Neither could I. I always saw people riding around with them, and I'm like, how do you do that?
Or riding around with their fingers. Even.
Yeah.
Like...
Well, I did a little finger motion on stream.
Oh, okay.
You couldn't see.
Yeah. My roommate in my old apartment, Daniel, was a tech deck kid, and we got one from a prize at an arcade at one point, and he came home and started doing like all these insane like kick flips and like rail grinds with them, and I was like, it's like magic to me. I don't understand it.
That's crazy. It is like magic, though. Tech deck. Wow. Throwback, huh?
Go back to tech decks.
All right, your turn, dude.
Okay. I will take my coin. Has the reset the store?
Oh, yep. Good call. Good call.
Happy cards +2.
It's called
people
character.
Cards.
It's character. People cards. Yeah.
God, I'm sorry.
Person.
I'm gonna get reported. I'm getting blocked and reported by the end of this. They're called character cards. If you can't respect the game, then stop playing it. Okay, what do I want to do? I wish that I had character cards. I tap Takoyaki. Wouldn't this frosted bug and the character card thing, wouldn't that be so good for me right now?
That'd be so huge for you. Wow.
Like, wouldn't it give me something, anything? I mean, what do I... Okay, I spend 2 coins to hit up the gacha machines.
Yep.
Well, that was...
Whoa!
Sorry, that was not a 6. That was wrong. I just pressed the wrong button.
Still have yet to roll a 6, huh?
I have never rolled a 6. This equation. Now, to hold on to my card... This is controversial. I'm making a lot of controversial things today. I'm using my fried bread.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. To make it 2 coins again.
Mm-hmm. There's your first
Oh!
6.
I got my first 6. Okay. I am taking chef. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
And that leaves me with 1 measly little coin, but I'm okay with that. And that's been a great turn for me. So I'll happily take it.
Excellent.
And that hands it over to you.
All right.
Get your coin. Yep.
Start my turn by taking my coin. I'll then flip this over. Shuffle it since I have more than 5 now. Go ahead and deal out 5 of them. Put this over here. That's my deck. This is my discard. These are my cards in play.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, I think this is about to be a huge play for me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, except I didn't get Secret Agent. That's the last card in here.
All right, maybe it's just going to be a medium-sized play.
There's things I can do. I have options. I can... Okay, so I can buy the Nasty. Because I really need to get on... Well, I guess I could wait. I could wait for the big tech play. Because tech is not... I could wait till it's in the market, too. That would probably be smart. So... I think what I'll start with is just paying 2 to roll. Wow, another 6. That's pretty exciting. Could take the maid. I've already got one. Mighty Robot counts as tech. And I think I do have an energy drink, too. Could take Recycling Bin. Yeah, Recycling Bin I think is the best one. So that's... I guess this is my discard. Here, this will be my discard. That stays down there. I'll pay 3 to roll again. Yeah. 5. Oh, that's the one that we need to replace. A capybara. Okay.
All right.
Well,
You're getting a lot of capybaras.
I am, yeah. Not a lot to do with those. I think I might just sell the one that I've got here, actually. Just, honestly, just kind of to thin.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that. I'll take 5. And I should probably buy... I'll buy the Manta for 1. And that'll be my turn. Good afternoon, Brian. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. We're in the middle of some Gacha-Pawn right now. Things are really heating up here, I would say. I'm making plays. Arl's making plays. It's
Building
just
towards something.
All kinds of plays.
I like the way that you came into this stream, Brian, as the memes would say. Very demure, very polite.
Very mindful. Very demure. We've got to find a way to use that audio.
We have to, yeah.
We just have to.
We're sitting on gold. We gotta find a way to use it.
I really want to make money off this. Okay, it's your turn, by the way. I'm getting my turn.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, my bad. I should have said something.
No worries. Have we reset the pawn shop?
Nope, didn't do that.
Correct.
But I
No
will.
worries.
There you go. There you go.
Animal cards plus
Cool
3 value.
Oh,
Okay.
I should have saved Capybara.
Now I'm cooking, and by that I mean
With
there's
chef.
no cooking. There's no cooking taking place at all.
Well, you
Even
have
with
chef,
the chef.
so
Well, yeah. There's certainly
What if
a
you just
theme
sold
to my
everything you
day.
have this turn?
You know
considered
what? I've had worse. There's been worse ideas. If I'm being so honest with you, there's been worse ideas. Okay, I can make this work. I can do this. Bear cards +3 value. Okay, let me play my nasty. Draw
Okay.
3 cards. You might say, "RL, there's actually
Let me
only
point
2
something
cards."
out before you play this. So if you draw cards, if you need to draw cards from your deck and you don't have enough cards in your deck to draw, even if it's from a card, you would then shuffle your discard pile to become your new deck. So if you were to buy a card first before you play Nasty, it goes to your discard pile, you would in effect get that card into play.
Okay, well that's very good news to know. And I will do that then.
It's a little bit of a pro gamer tip.
Wow, for an energy drink. Okay.
That's also food. That's food.
That's true. That's true. Matches my food thing. Okay,
Chef
so I get to take this. And then I take this card now. And okay, let me see. Okay, this is what I wanted because I knew that I had a bunny float in here.
Uh-huh.
So now, by tapping Chef, it becomes 5.
Yup.
And
the market makes
now
it
it's got +3 value. So my bunny float I will sell for 8 coins.
Beautiful. There's a 5
and we finally get to see a little bit of action here. Okay, let's see. Okay, I am going to put down my secret agent. And then tap my frosty mug to give it +2 value. Which makes it 5. And then I'm just gonna sell it for 5. That's my goal here. That's a little play.
Yeah.
And now I have 14 coins, and I think that I will use all but 2 to purchase an idol ticket.
Perfect. Who are you gonna go see? Is it Hatsune Miku, maybe?
The only one I know is Hatsune Miku. Sorry to any idol fans in chat. I only know Hatsune Miku.
Hatsune Miku is not even an idol. She's Vocaloid, dude. Get it together.
Hey, Brian said you should always be polite when entering someone's stream. FYI, Sam, I sent a package in the mail your way today.
Oh, heck yeah! Thank you, Brian. I know what that is. That's Arl, this is what we were talking about. This is Brian. This is the Brian that we were talking about, by the way. That has the game that I think we're going to try to look at on stream. So.
Oh, the cage one.
The cage one, yes.
The cage fighting
cage game. No, it's called Cage Ball, and we were talking about looking at it on stream today. So Brian's got a video, kind of demoing it, and initially I was thinking it would be cool to maybe watch the video on stream and give like some live feedback on it. Brian asked me for feedback, by the way. This is not unsolicited. So, but anyways, and thinking through it more, I think it would be more fun to play the game, and so we've been going back and forth in emails. Anyways, long story short, that's probably going to be content here on the stream in the near future. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
That is my turn. That's where my turn ends. So.
Okay.
Oh, and let me get something from the...
Oh, yeah. Deal me out a new one. Wow,
trading cards.
Low value.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, reset this. Give myself a coin. Draw the last card for my deck. Shuffle my discard pile. Take 4 more. Flip all these. Let's see what we got. Yeah, this seems very playable. Animal cards get +3 value. That capybara is going for sure. Yeah. Would love to pick up either of these critter cakes, honestly. Because then I could use recycling bin to put it into my hand and then use made to sell it for ×2 value. So we got to roll. First things first, we got to roll. And we've got like a 50% chance of hitting this. Because there's 2 of them here, and then if I get a 6, that would also get me it. So we'll see what happens. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. 6! There it is. Perfect. Give me that critter cake. That's going straight into the discard. Then, like I just said, we will use recycling bin. Put a card from your discard pile into your hand. Should just say in play, I think. And I don't know if you even really need to have a hand in this. I think it maybe makes more sense to just... Every turn, you take the top 5 cards of your deck. That's in play. And you do with them whatever you want.
Yeah. For recycling bin, you mean?
No, well, just like in general. So, like, just kind of getting rid of the concept of a hand.
I see.
It's just all of your cards every turn are in play. They come off the top of your deck into play.
Oh, yeah,
coming into your hand. You're not playing them from
instead,
your hand.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So instead of just saying, which is what we would do every round anyway. Yeah, I fully agree. Which is instead of saying put 5 cards in your hand, just take the 5 cards at the top of your pile and place them face up in front of you. And those are your cards. Yeah. I think that helps simplify things.
Yeah. It's a small change. That's already what we're doing anyways, so... Okay, so, yeah, recycling bin puts critter cake into play. Then I'll use made to give critter cake...
Brian says, I feel like this is important. I will say one of the unusual results in the game is a player slipping on nachos. And my daughter says that there won't be nachos in the apocalypse, so may have to rethink that.
I can't wait to play this game. That
was the most... intentionally or unintentionally, Brian, that was the most tantalizing sales pitch I've ever received for a game in my life. My interest has peaked. My curiosity is sky high.
Wow. It sounds like we're in for a treat. We will definitely... Nachos will find a way. Yeah, I would think... honestly, nachos seem like not that far... fetched to be available. If there's any like regular food available in the apocalypse, it seems like nachos. I mean, Velveeta cheese is like indestructible already. I
was about to say I'm pretty sure that like movie theater nacho cheese never expires. Mm-hmm. Like I think it's just like cheese flavored chemicals. It could exist.
Cheese flavored chemicals. That's a good snack. I should put that in the snack machine.
Cheese flavored chemicals.
Cheese chemicals. Cheese chemical snack. That's in my notepad. Beautiful. Okay, so actually before I use the made, I'm gonna have this thing add +3 value to it, so it's 6. Then I'll use the made to make it 12. Then I'll sell it for 12. And I'll also sell Capybara at the same time for 8 more to make it an even 20.
Wow. Mr. Moneybags over here.
That's right. I'll buy the anime figure for 9.
Why don't you want to buy the one that's more expensive? You know, it would help me out a lot.
It's probably better. It must be more expensive for a reason, right? Surely I wouldn't just make a card more expensive for no reason. Hopefully I didn't just open up something crazy. Oh, no, it's another anime figure.
Not at all.
Also way more expensive than the trading cards. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else I want to do here? I should tap made.
Damn, whoever last minute made the values of these cards last time was... They must have been on something, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I'll roll again for 3 this time.
Yeah, well, you've got the
I'm
money.
realizing
for
now
it.
that I had 2 recycling bins, there could have been a world where I got double critter cake.
That would have been insane. I'm glad that we're not in that world.
Yeah. Okay, well, Lucky Cat is nice. I'll roll a get. Well, actually, that's not in play. What am I talking about? Although I could use recycling bin to put it into play, and I think that I will do that.
Whoa.
Yeah. Use recycling bin. Bring that into play. I'll spend 4. And I'll use Lucky Cat to roll the bonus die.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's probably the worst roll you can get.
Listen, you can choose 4 or you can choose 4. Okay.
Or I could add them together and get 8, except that's not a number.
Well, yeah.
Looks like I'm getting a maid.
If you just want to add 3 more cards off to the side, just hanging off the side of this table.
All right. That's my turn.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't buy a snack. Shoot.
Oh, do you want to buy a snack? Nothing stops you. I have not started my turn yet.
Yeah,
so.
I'm buying the nasty. I'm sorry.
Okay. This in the discard. Draw this from the deck. Okay. Take my hand, which I always struggle to put out like this. Of course, start off with my allowance.
Mm-hmm.
Tap my takoyaki.
I tap takoyaki to collect 1 coin.
Food is.
Did we do a new one? We did, right?
I did the new one. Yeah. So
Perfect.
food is worth +3 right now. I am going to obviously tap my chef, so all food cards get +2 value.
As you should.
And
Thanks,
then
chef.
I am going to sell my frosty mug, which has a value of 6 right now.
Incredible.
So that's where I'm sitting right now. My first and immediate thing I will be doing is purchasing an anime figure.
Yeah.
I have taken on the persona of a
Beautiful
weeb
thing.
because the only things I own are idol tickets and anime figures. This is my life now. This is the real me. Wow.
Would it be fun if there were synergies on these cards too, on the trophy cards?
Whoa.
So that if you had like an
trophy
anime
card-
figure, your idol tickets are worth more. You know what I mean? It's like +1 value for each.
I thought you meant it like I thought you meant it in the sense maybe like with each other it would be a little busted to like increase the value for sets, but I thought that like maybe if these things had like tiny passives, like with the anime figure, something like with the anime figure, like once per game you can use a snack twice or something.
Okay.
Because like I don't know, anime people eat a bunch of snacks. That's my
Wow.
They're like all grubby.
Wow.
Yeah. Not to
can't
come
believe
out
you say
swinging, but if you like anime, I think of you as a basement dwelling,
A snack enjoyer.
grubby little. Yeah. But maybe something like that is worth considering. I think it might be a little too busted to have things that like gives more value to the victory points.
Yeah, there's a lot to consider there.
But yeah, I think that concept of like maybe the victory cards actually do something too. What it is still on the board, but that is kind of cool.
I'm writing it down.
Hell yeah.
All right. What else you got?
Oh, you know what? I should have tapped my energy drink to get more from the chef too.
Oh yeah. Take 2 more coins.
Would you allow me to do that?
Yeah, take 2 more coins.
Now that I look at it? Okay. I will be roll. Why did I throw my coins there? Where am I today? I will be rolling. And I will be not excitedly taking the lucky cat.
Oh, you don't want Lucky Cat?
And then I will actually spend all of my money again.
Secret agent.
Big risk, risk reward. Big risk reward to roll a second time. Aha! 6. And I would love a bunny float.
It's just so cute.
It is just so cute. And I mean, obviously, I've got no more money left, so I think you know that ends my turn.
Yep. Okay. Well, I will take my allowance. I'll draw 3 cards from my deck. Flip this over, give it a shuffle. That's my new deck. Take 2 more. Let's see what we got.
Woo.
Wow, that's a lot of snacks. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Woo.
So probably I should go ahead and just spend the nasty to draw 3. Yeah, I don't think there's a world in which I get to do anything this turn unless I do that. So I'll draw 3. Okay, now we can cook. So, food cards have extra value this turn. We've only got 1 of those. So, maybe this isn't as much of a recipe as we were hoping it would be. Is there anything up here that's going to let me change things to food? Not really. Critter cake could be good. Do I have one of my maids in play? I do have. I have 2 maids in play. Okay. Okay, all right. I'm starting to see it unfold here. So, yeah. Okay, so we got to get this critter cake somehow. We're going to spend... Oh, I guess I could just spend Manta. Well, let's do a roll. Pay 2. Roll this. Okay, so it's Secret Agent. I'm going to play Manta. Discard that. Change it to a 6. Oh, sorry, the Nasty should be discarded.
DJ says, draw 3 gotta be the best card.
Well, it costs 3, and it also takes up a spot in your deck.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, it's probably... This is a Pot of Greed card that we were talking about. Pot of Tea. Or Tea of Greed. Greed Tea. Greedy tea. Much to consider. Still workshopping it. Yeah, so I played that, and I'm going to change that to a 6, and then I'm going to use the 6 to take Critter Cake. That goes to my discard pile. Okay, well, TJ, if you can come up with a good tea-themed name that riffs off of Ancestral Recall. Ancestral Tea Call, I guess. Would be the...
What's Ancestral Recall? What is that?
It's a magic card. It's like one of the first... It's like the best. It's up there with Black Lotus is like one of the best magic cards ever printed. It's like base set. I'm pretty sure. Just Tea Call? Okay. Oh, you know what? We'll consider it. I'm using Recycling Bin to put Critter Cake into play. Then I will use this to give Critter Cake +2 value. Or +3? +3 value. So that's 6 value. I'll tap Maid to make it 12 value. I'll tap another Maid to make it 24 value. I'll tap Energy Drink to use Maid again and make it 48 value. And then I'll sell Critter Cake for 48. That's pretty crazy. That feels maybe... I'm starting to think that multiplication might be too big of a power. Too powerful. Because what am I even... I don't even need money at this point. And I'll buy... Well, I think that's actually just game. Because I'm going to buy the PS2 for 20.
God.
And it puts me
Dang
over
it.
10.
Wow.
Wow. Well, there you go. That's Gacha-Pawn, everybody.
Man, I'm still having a lot of fun with Gacha-Pawn, though. I can't believe that this is the one that you were nervous about.
Oh, heck yeah. I may have overstated how nervous I was. There's just always a, you never know. You never know when you bring something to the tabletop for the first time.
Oh,
if there's
of
going to be
course.
like a glaring issue that you're just not even aware of. But yeah, I agree. It's feeling pretty good. Yeah. It's feeling pretty good. I like Gacha-Pawn. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking on the tail end of this playthrough?
I'm thinking that I had a lot of fun. I'm thinking that I tried to go back to what I did last time, which was my food-based synergy, and turns out food-based synergy needs to spend a lot of money to make that a lot of money. You got to keep buying and selling food cards, and I don't think that's an issue on the game. I think that that's just how this one works. Like, this is the risk reward of it, and the things were not rolling in my favor, but that's Gacha-Pawn. It's kind of luck based. Like, I'm not upset about it.
Yeah, I think it should be at least a little bit luck based.
And at any given time, I could have been like, I'm going to pivot and try to switch strategies, and I did not. I simply chose not to.
Mm-hmm.
And I paid the price of it. But I like that all the different kind of themes have their different strategies for doing things. I think that, I don't think that there's cards that, like, in this playthrough, I didn't see anything that was like, oh, this is busted. This needs to stop,
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we renegotiate like the cost of things and the points of things, but I like the win condition now.
Yeah, I could see raising the this needs to be finagled a little bit, the number of points needed to win. And I also think it would be cool to put some effects on these cards. Whether those affect your capsule cards or only the other trophy cards, up for debate. I could see it either way. I could see both. I could see them both existing. I could see them coexisting together. But yeah, that's a cool direction to explore. So here's what I'm thinking. We're not even 2 hours into the stream yet.
Yeah.
I don't know what your day is looking like, if you got some time left to kill here, but
I got time.
I'm kind of thinking we could go in and make some changes right now, load in a new deck, and then give it one more playthrough.
Yeah, works for me.
Cool. So I have some stuff written down here. I'll just go over all the notes that we took over the course of the well, I'll just put them on screen actually. The playthrough. So we got to change the currency. We won't do that. That's just purely.
That's a lot. Yeah. That's just a theme. Change where the pawn goes on the cost track. I mean, that's another pretty small change. We won't mess with that. That can happen off stream. Yeah.
Nasty pot of tea. Okay, maybe actually there aren't that many changes to make now that I'm thinking about it. Add tech decks. No more hand, just in play. We're already doing that. Cheese chemical snack. Trophy cards do something. I guess this is the big one that we could work on. We could also go through the text on these capsule cards and maybe make some tweaks as we see fit.
Sure. Yeah.
In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, that might actually take a fair bit of time. So maybe we should just make the rest of this stream like a balanced session. So why don't I open up InDesign?
I do briefly need to run to the restroom.
Yeah,
so
go
back
for
in like a minute. Well, this seems like a good time to do that. So
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close out Tabletop Simulator. Spend the rest of the stream in InDesign here. What do you think, guys? What's the over-under on us getting a Adobe survey to answer? I could really go for a nice survey right now. Let me know if y'all have any thoughts on Gacha-Pawn, on this most recent play that we just had. Oh, we did get one. We did. Oh, wait, it's on the wrong screen though. I wish I could share it. It's on my second screen that you guys can't see. Oh, well. That kind of ruins it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But yeah, feel free to chime in here as we're going through these changes with anything that pops into your head. Everything's on the table at this point, so down to do basically whatever. Okay, so we'll start here, I guess. Well, let's start with the victory cards, actually. PlayStation 2, Pokemon E, iPod Nano, anime figure, trading cards, idle tickets, Nintendo DS, manga. All the classics. We got all the hits. Was there something that we wanted to add to this list? No. Well, Tech Decks, I guess, could go on there. But you could also get that from a capsule machine. I think that's more fun if you get it from capsule machine. So let's add a little section. To the bottom of each of these. Let's drag the numbers up a little bit. Oh yeah, you saw the new WFL cards, Brian? Yeah, they look nice. They look retro. They look vintage. That's all Keith. Keith did those all himself. So yeah, I think they're going to do well. I think especially if you're somebody who remembers the WFL, that's going to be right up your alley. So let's kind of go like this. And this can be like a light red. Don't need any cyan. Well, maybe a little cyan. Maybe go somewhere in here, somewhere in that range. That feels good. Oh, let's round the corners on that as well. Why don't we? Oh, yeah, they face each other. Yeah, that is a nice touch. I'll tell you what, we're thinking of... we're considering a major Fury Football overhaul where you kind of go in and update the base game as well to kind of reflect that style. Something we're thinking about. So, it's good feedback. Good to know. Good to know that it has at least one fan. I agree. I think it's cool. I think it's pretty neat. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, so they're just... Tell you what, let's open up this... Oh, we do have it open already. What am I talking about? Let's just paste this over here. We can delete this. We can make this that nice red that we just made. Okay. Very good. Remember thinking you'd never play that game. Yeah, well, there's a lot of games to play, but I'm glad that it's piqued your interest. Are there too many games out now? Is there such a thing? I think we just don't have enough time. I need more time to play games. That's the real problem here. Not the number of games, but the amount of time with which we have to play them. I've just realized that I didn't put our lo-fi on today. Can you believe that? No lo-fi? What are we doing? Oh my gosh. We gotta go fix that right now. Crank that down a bit. I'll leave it right there. You guys let me know how that sounds, if we need to adjust or not. Should be good. Okay, so now I got some room for card text on these things. Should the cost go? Should probably go in the corner like it does for the snack cards, right? In fact, let's open up these snack cards. Just to see. Yeah, it goes in the corner. Let's do that. Just for consistency. Put it right there. And then...
Alright, I returned.
Oh, welcome back, Arl. Welcome, welcome. You missed so much. So much has happened in your brief departure.
Wow.
Which is to say, nothing. Nothing's happened. It's exactly where you left it. Just kind of putting together a quick template for these victory cards. And now we can go in and start doing some stuff on them. So let's quickly brainstorm. What can these do? Should we have one that affects each of the different categories, I guess?
Yeah.
So like all animals get +1, all characters get +1, so on and so forth?
Yeah. Like, I think PS2 would go really well with something with tech, you know?
Yep. Where's the PS2? Right here.
That's the first one, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's
like
start there.
You'll put the symbol, yeah.
I'll show you how this symbol works in just a second, actually.
Mm-hmm.
+2, +1? +1 seems more than generous.
Yeah.
So first, this font does not have a plus sign, so we gotta swap this to Azo Sans. And then this...
Yeah, let's see it.
Custom font that has icons.
Cool.
So that's how that works. Okay, so that's good. Pokemon E, that could be the same thing for animals, right?
Yeah.
Just copy and paste. Okay. So I think the anime figures and the manga should be the ones that interact with each other, maybe.
Yeah.
And we got 2 of both of those too, so that'll be good. It'll open up the possibility of those synergizing more often.
Yeah. They should really all be the same price and power level though? Question mark? Question mark? Question
I could see that. Yeah, well,
I don't
maybe
know.
the anime figures are one tier and the manga's a different tier. But yeah,
Yeah,
they should
anime
probably be
figures
the same.
they should both be tier 2 and maybe cost 9. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine with me. Yeah. In fact, let's do that right now. These will just be functionally identical. Cost 9. Although I will say that the plan is we've only got 10
Okay.
cards here. I feel like that's not enough variety. So, what I was planning to do is just duplicate all of these. That's what I did for the. Did I do that this time? For this most recent deck that we played with? I don't know if I did or not, but that will be the plan going forward. We'll just copy and paste all these down one. So there'll actually be 4 copies of anime figure and manga in the deck. I don't know if we feel like that's too much. I think it's probably fine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll go with that then. So we need one for food and we need one for characters. Well, we can change one of these to be like something that themes better with food.
Yeah. What could we do for food? Dunkaroos.
It should be something that increases your enjoyment of food. Like fancy chopsticks or something.
Yeah. It could be like, it could also be something like a collector's cup, or
oh yeah, collectible something. Yeah, water bottle maybe.
Yeah, or what am I thinking of? I don't know what it's called, but in Japan, that like model food stuff is very. They have model food on everything. I don't know if that's really a thing that you want to collect, but
okay. All right. Well, for now, let's just call this. We'll change the iPod Nano to. Well, actually, no. That's going to be a good character one. We'll make this the character modifier. And then let's change maybe the trading cards.
okay.
No, actually, the idle tickets are a good character one. Okay, I changed my mind. iPod Nano is the food one. Idle tickets are the character one.
I think that makes sense.
So this will be like...
It's gotta be expensive.
Oh yeah, true. Well,
For
maybe we
food.
leave this.
Maybe it's something. Maybe it's something. Maybe we make that. Maybe the iPod Nano is the food, and instead of an iPod Nano, maybe it becomes something like a. Oh my God, what do kids love? Like an easy bake oven or like an ice cream machine or something like that. You know?
Oh, okay. Yeah, ice cream machine, sure.
Yeah.
How about a shaved ice machine?
Yeah.
Slushy machine. Is that trademarked by 7-Eleven?
I do not think it is, but I think you also spell slushy with an IE. Yeah.
I think Slurpee is what the 7-Eleven one is. And I think theirs is 2 E's. I could be crazy though.
I think Slurpee's from The Simpsons, isn't it? Am I getting it all mixed up?
It's all mixed up. You
Okay.
got it all wrong.
Oh!
Yeah, I know that's
Wow,
bad. I know.
What kerning. I love that.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so we have all 4 of the categories covered. Except that's gotta be food. Alright. Anime figures are the same. Trading okay, so I had an idea for trading cards.
Okay, let's hear it.
So we got to increase the cost of this, but maybe you roll a die, and whatever you get ends up being the value of this card. So it's kind of like you're opening a pack of trading cards, and you see what you get.
But what does rolling the die give you? Like that many coins?
No, it's that many points. The card becomes worth that many points.
Oh.
When you
Okay.
for the rest of the game. I don't know how you keep track of that really. We'll just put coins on it for now, but I think it's a interesting idea worth testing. Maybe bump the cost up to 10?
Yeah, I was gonna say if it has the possibility we're 6, then might as well give it like a baseline price of 10.
It's probably got to be more than 10 even, because 3. This one's worth 3.
That's what I'm saying. We got to fix the
12.
economy at 1.2 because things are a little off.
Let's put it at 12.
Okay.
Honestly, 10 might not even be bad because this does have a additional value to it.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna make it 10. And then manga's got to be the same for both. All of them both cost 7. Actually, they should cost 6.
Brian says slushy is just a slushy, no certain company attachment or trademark, so you're good to go.
Excellent. Is it with a Y though?
I don't think so, but let's give it a Google.
Yeah, you figure this out for me.
Oh, it is with a Y. Wow.
There you go. There you go. The internet is
Oh,
spoken.
there's actually 3 spellings of it. A slushy with a Y, also spelled slushy with an IE, and less commonly slushy with 2 E's at the end.
Oh, so we were all right.
Yeah.
We came across all of those.
We're all correct, yeah.
Wow. Really makes you think.
Here's a fun fact for anybody still in chat right now. The slushy machine was invented by the guy who made Dairy Queen.
Wow. Was it for Dairy Queen, or is this 2 separate parts of his career?
It had nothing to do with his career. He just he had like a soda pop machine in the 50s and it died and he was worried about keeping the soda cold, so he put it in the freezer and then took it out, and then it was half frozen and people really liked it. So there you go.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
Sorry for my crunching.
Okay.
Alright, so now let's figure out how manga and anime figure are going to interact.
Yeah. I think it should just be like, for each other anime figure or manga you own, the value of this card increases by 1.
Yeah. Okay.
If that makes sense and is to the point.
Yeah. I think I'm going to write it like this. I think all of your manga cards. I don't think we need to say cards. All of your manga give or get +1 points. Are worth? Yeah, are worth. Does that work for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that makes sense.
And then should manga do something also, or is that just there's no text on that?
No, I guess manga can stay baseline.
Yeah, I could even see dropping the cost of manga to... Well, no, because this one's worth... Okay, this is the point where I think we need to go in and think about economy real quick.
Yeah.
Nintendo DS still needs an effect, but we'll come back to that. So there's 4 cards that are each going to increase the value of we'll call it a suit, for lack of a better term, by 1. They all have different values right now. Do we need to stabilize that so that they all cost the same and give the same value, or is it okay to remove that from there to separate the effect from, where it stands in the economy?
Yeah.
Let's forget about effects. Let's forget about effects for the time being.
Okay, if we're ignoring effects. I do think that things that are the same. I don't know if I love like something being 2 points and then being like worth 9 and then 7. You know what I mean? Like I think everything should be the same cost.
I agree. I think it is right now.
Yeah.
Are there even any? Yeah, Slushy Machine and Nintendo DS are both worth 4 and cost 15. I think those are the only... Well, okay. Pokemon E costs 10. Let's bump that up to... Let's bump the anime figure up to 10.
Yeah.
To be in line with Pokemon E. Although...
Yeah. But now, looking... Well, I think everything needs to be a little bit more expensive in general from when we played.
Okay.
Not a whole lot expensive. Not a whole lot more expensive. I wouldn't go crazy, but I think that from like where everything is right now, it could stand to go up another like point or two depending on the thing.
Okay.
I mean, I think the PS2 at 20 is good. That's a very expensive thing, and it's also worth 6 points. But
yeah,
like,
so okay, but at 2 coins for 10 cost. For 10 cost, you can get 2 points. Or for 20 cost, you can get 6 points.
Yeah.
Is that too big of a benefit for spending more?
It's hard to say just because this now is entirely dependent on how well you're able to synergize your deck. Because there's no standard flow of income in this game. I mean, besides the 1 coin that you get every turn.
Yeah.
But there's really no way to say, oh, well, I guess what we need to be looking is like how many coins is the average. What we need to do, probably not today, but like next week, is play a game and then track the exact amount of money that each of us made each turn, and then find the mean of that to see on average what the average player is generating in coins every turn.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, we'll do that next time we play this.
Not to literally put microeconomics into this game, but I think it's the best way for us to figure this out.
Agreed. So, okay, putting that on the back burner for now.
Yeah.
We're just gonna kind of ballpark it as best we can.
Sure.
Excuse me. So 10 for 2, 6 for 1. I mean, that feels like a reasonable increase.
Yeah.
12 for 3 probably needs to be higher.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe 14 for 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a third of the way to victory. I don't know.
I'm thinking of it more through the lens of the bump from 1 to 2 was 4. So for the bump from 2 to 3 to also be 4, I feel like each time you go up 1, you should be rewarded for spending more money, for having more money to spend by getting a better value. And so if the increase in value is the same between 1 and 2 as it is between 1 and 3,
and it's not a deal. Yeah.
Right. So, with that in mind, maybe we make this 11.
You know, this is what I like the most about your stream, Sam, is that you're showing this stuff off, and I think that the average person who is playing like a fully play-tested and flushed out card game has no idea that this stage is involved, where it is, I mean, like a headache. Like, I am getting a headache trying to do this math, which is not anybody's fault. I'm just like, oh man, like numbers and like balancing and all this stuff is like not my forte. It's like,
yeah, no, I think balancing is so interesting. I think it's so fun to think about, like, what are all the dials that we could possibly turn on this card, and then what combination of twisting them in different ways is going to give us the right result. Yeah, that's fun to me. Hopefully it's fun to the people watching as well. But yeah, it's a big part of it. So with that in mind, and going down that rabbit hole further, what we're doing now is, in order to make this a better value, in order to make the Nintendo DS a better value, or I guess the idle tick is what we're looking at, a better value, we're increasing the jump from 1 to 2 so that we have more room to play with the jump between 2 and 3. And so I think we make this 15 now. So it's 5. The increase from 1 to 2 is now 5. And the increase from 2 to 3 is now 4. Which I think is right where we want it to be.
Yeah, you know that meme of like Zach Galifianakis in The Hangover counting cards? All the like math symbols swirling around him.
Oh yeah, right, yeah.
That's where I am right now.
Okay. Well, hopefully I'm doing my best to explain it here, but
yeah. No, you are. You're doing a great job.
Not for you. Well, that's fine. This is my job, anyways. I appreciate your feedback. You're doing a great job at giving feedback. So now this puts us. Let's go up to 4 now. This 4 is also 15, which clearly needs to be different. If we're just following the same pattern, where the cost to increase to the next number goes down 1 each time it increases, it was 4 to jump from 2 to 3, which means it should be 3 to jump from 3 to 4, which would put this at 18.
Sure, I see the logic there.
And then Nintendo DS should probably also be 18.
Yeah.
And then there are no 5s, but maybe we should take the PS2 down to 5. And then the cost would still stay at 20 then. Because the jump from 4 to 5 would be 20. Or it would be 2.
And the total amount of points divided between all 10 cards is, let's see, 7, 11, 13, 15, variable, 18, 22, 23, 24. So
I would just take this card out of the equation. 24 divided by 9. What is that?
Why 9?
Yeah, because there'd be 9 cards.
I take it. Yeah.
So the average value is 2.66 repeating.
I can't answer what that means. That's a you thing.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Maybe we're
I don't know if that's good
things.
or bad. No, I think we're talking about the right thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, well, what you can do with this information is say that on average, if the points you need to win is 10, on average, you're going to need to buy 4 cards before you win. I think it's probably actually going to be closer to 3 because there's a couple cards in here that increase the value of other ones, and probably you won't buy a card that puts you like at 9 points, right? You'll only buy a card if you're at 7 points right now. You're only interested in buying a 3 or higher. So probably on average you need to buy 3 cards to win, which feels right. I mean, I could even see it going up a little bit. So you need 4 cards to win. At that point, it's just kind of a question of how long do you want the game to be. Our game went pretty quick, but it was also a 2-player game. So I figure...
Yeah, this is going to be a 4-player game at launch, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can say launch and hypothetically.
Yeah, I'm thinking the number is 2 to 4. So, yeah. I think it's fine for now. We'll leave that number where it is for now. If we wanted to increase this number, probably the easiest thing to do would just say that you need like 12 points to win instead of 10.
Yeah.
So that's another dial that we have to turn that we can play around with at some point if we feel like we need to. But for now, I think this is good. And I think it's time to turn these text boxes back on and reevaluate this now through the lens of this adjusting that we've just done. Right off the bat, my gut sense is that it's probably fine.
Okay.
Some inside baseball here. Animals is actually the weakest in terms of value, or in terms of potential value. The weakest suit.
Well, I was going to ask that because I was like, well, it seems weird that we have a card that basically does the same thing with a slight tweak 3 times, except that some of them are more expensive than the others. But you knowing that actually helps me out a lot with that question.
Right. So while animals do have the highest base value on their card, there's actually no capsule card that modifies the value of all animal cards. So like where Chef modifies the value of all food cards, Frosty Mug is all character cards. I know there's one for tech. Secret Agent is tech. There's no card that says all animals get +2 or ×2 or whatever. There's some things like Maid that give Bunny Float and Critter Cake, which are both animal cards, ×2 value. Catgirl gives the Lucky Cat ×2 value, but in general, there's no like blanket animal +2 or ×2 or whatever card in here, which is why I say that it's the weakest in terms of highest potential value.
I can't believe you would attack Dog Detective and Capybara like that, but
yeah, wait, I forgot about Dog Detective. What does he do? We didn't see him last game. +1, collect 1 coin. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, so all that to say, I think it's fine for the treasure, or the trophy card that increases animal values to be cheaper than the other ones.
Sure.
I think that's probably fine. Idle tickets are also considerably cheaper, but I think this is all close enough that I'm not too concerned about it.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, I'm feeling pretty good about where the abilities are. I think the last thing to do is to come up with something for the Nintendo DS to do.
Yeah.
On the flip side, what I could see doing is moving this gear text to the Nintendo DS, removing text from the PS2, and then bumping the value back to 6. So that gives an extra point instead of...
I think that's... I like that a lot.
Okay. Let's do that. Cool. Done. That's fun. I think that's going to be good. So the last thing we'll do here is just duplicate.
Can we give some copyright-free names to things?
Oh, sure, yeah. To these things, or to what
Well, no, those are already things. I meant like Pokemon E and the Nintendo DS. And,
oh, sure. Yeah, PlayStation 2.
Yeah. I mean, we could just call it like a GS2, so like a gotcha system 2, you know?
Okay. GS2.
I mean, it's not exciting, but
how about
it clears you.
Play Center? Play Center.
Oh yeah.
2. PlayStation. What's like a station? Play.
Wait, hang on. We could do this. We could fix this. We go on Google Hello. Accidentally opened up Tabletop Simulator to have it just kind of like rhythmically spinning around. Station synonym.
Yeah, I want to do the same thing over here.
We got that I think makes good ones, like we got terminal.
The Play Terminal.
less synonyms for station than I thought.
Maybe we're looking at the wrong half of it. Maybe we need a synonym for play.
Yeah.
The Joy Station. The Game Station 2.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm checking. Could just do like Fun Station.
okay.
Yeah.
Game Station sounds like that sounds too much like something your grandma who doesn't know what a PlayStation 2 would mistakenly call it.
Yeah.
Fun Station 2. Sure. Well, that's fine for now.
Yeah.
Pokemon E.
I would call it. I think calling it Gacha-Pawn is kind of cute.
Yeah. Okay. Gacha-Pawn.
Pick a thing that has
What's a good color?
Yeah.
Gacha-Pawn red.
Well, we have red, but I mean, Gacha-Pawn red works.
Gacha-Pawn. I mean, red, blue, green, yellow are all real Pokemon versions.
Gacha-Pawn orange.
Gacha-Pawn orange? Okay.
That's the one in the
Gacha-Pawn
color wheel
pink?
that hasn't been done yet. Yeah, Gacha-Pawn pink works too.
Gacha-Pawn pink is actually very funny because there was a rumored Pokemon pink version way back in the day. So that's
They
funny.
would never. I was reading some interesting insight into the rumors of the Pokemon Company right now.
Oh, yeah?
I found it fascinating.
In preparation for our stream that we are supposed to do at some point this week?
Yeah, well, I learned that they have made a deal. The Pokemon Company in China have had a very contentious relationship over whether or not Pokemon is allowed in China.
They just recently got the trading card game printed over there.
Yes, they just recently got the trading card game over there, and I think that there were issues getting the video games in China too.
Oh,
and
really?
they've cleared the air on that. Like, Pokemon is just fully allowed in China, and the current rumor is that, and again, we're talking rumor mill, this is not confirmed, but that basically Game Freak's next Pokemon location is going to be China.
Oh, I could see that.
And that they really want to tap into the Chinese market now and go fully gung-ho to make $1 billion over there.
That makes too much sense for it not to be true.
Yeah, I mean, they
That's
also
cool.
have one of their sets of real Pokemon that they release. The only one that I know is Chi-Yu, the only Pokemon.
Yes, I was about to mention that. There's a line of
Because
legendaries from the most recent game.
Yeah,
Scarlet and Violet
that all have Chinese names.
Yeah, it's Chi-Yu, Ting-Lu, Wo-Chien, and Qianpao.
I only know Chi-Yu because legitimately that is Quinn's birth name.
That's right. You were telling me about this. I gotta bring I've got a card. Don't let me forget to bring you.
Okay,
a
I won't.
card.
I'm very excited for this. You don't want your Chi-Yu card?
I got bulk. I've got multiples.
You got tons. Okay. Okay. Slushy Machine's fine.
Sure.
Anime figure's fine.
Trading cards, Gacha-Pawn cards.
Yeah.
Idle tickets.
Yeah, that's fine. I think that's.
I think ideally we get to a point in the game where we have fake idols and fake anime characters that are
the artist made
franchises that are represented in both these cards and the snack cards and the capsule cards. It's like a whole universe of fake IP.
Yeah.
So we'll reevaluate these later, but for now that's fine. Nintendo DS. Okay. This we got to play around with.
Yeah. What did we name
Brian
the
says the Gacha Cast too for Fun Station.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
Was there a Dreamcast 2 though? I think they moved on to the.
There was barely a Dreamcast 1.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Shout out to my boy Crazy Taxi. Unironically, one of my favorite games of all time.
Dreamcast did have some hits. Sonic Adventure, originally a Dreamcast game.
Sonic Adventure, a very underrated game that nobody ever talks about. Space Station 5?
Oh,
Space
yeah.
Channel 5? Space Channel 5, the rhythm game?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Really fun game. Yeah.
Yeah, Crazy Taxi was also big. What's the, what were the other Sega games that came out for that?
I mean, listen, I will say maybe not exactly things that we think about now, but there was that big the Sega like Daytona 500 racing game that was like the arcade racing game, and then like Sega Pro Bass Fishing, which is like the most fun fishing I've ever played. Like there are some
Soul
crazy
Calibur originally?
Yeah, Soul Calibur was originally a Dreamcast game. Oh, what a shame.
Knights was that Saturn actually maybe?
Knights. No, not well. Knights Journey.
What about am I crazy in thinking that Jet Set Radio came out on?
Nope, that was a Dreamcast game. That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. Man,
like a wildly good library for a console. Bubbles. Francis Bubbles. I don't know Bubbles.
What is Bubbles?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. They said, what are the plastic things? The stuff that comes out of the machine. That's what they said beforehand. Capsules?
Capsules is the best word we have to describe those.
Yeah. Maybe instead of Gacha-Pawn, it should be Capsule-Mon. That's kind of cute.
Capsule-Mon? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I like Gacha-Pawn.
Okay.
We're gonna stick with that for now. Gosh, what was that? I had one other Dreamcast hit rattling around in my head. I forgot what it is now.
I was gonna say one, and then I was like, this is like a very infamous game. But oh, you know what came out on the Dreamcast, which was revolutionary, but nobody talks about? Shenmue. Shenmue and Shenmue 2 both came out on the Dreamcast, and invented the genre of RPG games where you do nothing for 60 hours. And the genre took off.
That's right, Shenmue, man. It's so easy to forget about Shenmue, but it is iconic. The thing I was going to say was Billy Hatcher, I think, is...
Oh, I think that's a GameCube game. I am pretty sure Billy
Pretty sure it's GameCube exclusive? Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
See if we missed
I could see that.
Crazy.
Okay, while you look that up, we need to come up with a name for this.
I think the only two things that we miss looking at this list of like the must-have games is that technically the MMO Phantasy Star Online started as a Dreamcast exclusive, which was huge for the MMO scene.
Right, well, it was actually, it was like one of the only games that you could play online, right?
Yeah.
There was like an online component to it.
And the game Typing of the Dead, where you had the keyboard to learn typing skills with the Dreamcast game. Rip to the Dreamcast, you were a real one.
Yep. Yeah, it really was. I never owned one. I had a friend who had one. I just played at his house all the time.
Yeah, my cousin had one.
All right. Well, that's enough reminiscing, I think.
Yeah, back to business.
DS. Do we have anything good for this? It also doesn't have to be a DS. It could be... Because this isn't really early 2000s themed anyways.
Yeah.
So maybe we can come up with some other tech thing.
What's the other... What's the first thing we had? What's the like
the Gacha Station, Gacha Cast 2?
Yeah, so we could do like a Gacha Boy.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that we have done everything we need to do here. Just gonna duplicate this down. And save and export. And that's good. These cards. Do we want to spend some time on these? This looks like a lot, but there's 4 copies of each of them, so there's really not that much going on here. How do we feel about Maid? Each bunny float and critter cake gets ×2 value.
I mean, I think Maid is good in the sense that, like, I think that you get crazy things out of the bunny float and critter cake, but then you have to be kind of like going for both of them, you know?
Yeah. If there's anything to change here, I think it actually gets changed on the side of what bunny float and critter cake do.
Yeah.
Because they're both, I think, the same thing right now. Yeah, they're both. Yeah, bunny float costs 3, animal and food, no text. Critter cake is costs 3, animal and food, or food and animal, I guess, no text. So probably we should introduce some variety there, make one of those something different. But we'll
a different symbol.
Cross that bridge when we come to it. Mighty Robot. Each energy drinking card gets ×2 value.
You love Mighty Robot energy card synergy.
Yeah, I did use that to great effect.
Against it? What are you gonna?
I used it to great effect the first game that we played. Where is energy drink? Because we kind of need to look at these two in combination. So it's just food. It's 1 value. Choose a character card in play and use its effect as this one. So here's my complaint here, is that you can use energy drink to copy Mighty Robot's effect because it's also a character card. Which is like not a bad thing. But it does feel a little too railroaded. You know what I mean? It feels like the synergy works. The game plays itself when you have these two cards. You're obviously going to use energy drink to copy Mighty Robot to use energy drink ×2 value again. Most of the time, probably, right? I don't know. Is that a bad thing? What do you think?
I think, like, to me, it's the same thing as like Mighty Robot and Maid basically serve the same function. They both buff another card in the deck.
Yeah.
And, you know, the thing to think about is, like, at the end of the day, we're not technically choosing the cards that we're getting. We're rolling the die, we're spinning the gacha, and we're hoping to get a card that matches the synergy. So both of them are like equally useful and useless because we can get the card, but we're never actually sure if we'll get the other card.
Yeah.
And then the question is, do we automatically sell it to try to do a different synergy, or do we hold on to it and keep getting it and wait to see if we'll get the card that it synergizes with? Yeah.
Yeah, that's all good points. I agree. So it sounds like what you're saying is that it's fine for these to do basically the same thing, and it's fine for Mighty Robot to have like really strong synergy, like very pointed synergy rather, with energy drink, because you're not sure that you're going to get both of them.
Yeah, I mean, also energy drink has no value to it; it's just worth 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it becomes worth 4 if you, well, where this really becomes worth money is if you have a market card up that gives it like +3 value to food cards. So now it's worth 4, and now Robot's going to double it to 8, and now you're going to use energy drink to use the robot effect again to make it 16. And now you're making money.
Maybe the answer is that robot card is, scroll back up to it quickly, is not a person. It's just a tech thing.
Interesting. That would be one way to nerf this. So that does throw off the balance a little bit of the distribution of these different symbols. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, each symbol... Yeah, so these 20 cards are all humans or characters, and then I guess this is actually 5 cards distributed across these 2 rows, 4 copies of each. So there's 5 human cards. 2 of them have an additional symbol on them, and there's 5 animal cards, and 2 of them have an additional symbol on them. And there's 5 food cards, and 2 of them, and the additional symbols are also distributed equally among the the so like animals come up as an additional symbol just as often as tech does, just as often as it's all balanced right now. So I'm not opposed to messing with these eventually, but I think if the symbol distribution doesn't feel broken right now, then let's not try to fix it, because it would be a lot of work.
I didn't realize the intricate web that was the symbol economy. So I don't,
No, and it would be hard to realize it. But again, it's one of those things that you kind of don't think about as you're playing the game. But it was intentionally designed that way. So
yeah.
That being said, I am certainly open to changing it. I just, especially as we're approaching like 2.5 hours in this stream now, we'll probably get ready to wind things down anyways. We probably don't need to go messing with the symbols at this point in time.
Yeah.
So.
No, I get it. We're just look at flavor text and whatnot.
Yeah, we'll keep a mental note of Mighty Robot, though, as something that maybe we want to address in the future. Secret Agent, all tech cards get +2 value. I think these are fine.
I think it's fine. Yeah, I think Secret Agent, Chef, the whole shebang.
Cat Girl's interesting. It only gives extra value to Lucky Cat.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I think I could change what Cat Girl does.
Lucky Cat has no value. So to me, if you're asking me, now Lucky Cat has value in what Lucky Cat does, but Lucky Cat is interesting to me in that I want Lucky Cat because of what it does, so I'm never gonna sell it, and so because of that, I see no reason to get a Cat Girl.
Yeah, that's very fair. I think the simple fix to that would be to give it more value. You give it like 3 instead of 1. I honestly think that's fine. I don't know if it's the most interesting way to solve this problem. I think probably more interesting would be to give it a different ability that has like some potential to boost its own value based off of something else. So like if you have 3 animal cards in play, Lucky Cat gets +3 value. So now you have some real incentive to, okay, I've got Cat Girl, it's going to make it ×2 value. If I can trigger Lucky Cat's effect before I trigger Cat Girl, now, we've got this 8 value card. Maybe I even got multiple Lucky Cats. Here's an interesting idea. Okay. What if we change this to say, gosh, I gotta delete this. What if the Lucky Cat text says, take a Lucky Cat from the market for free? So if you have 1 Lucky Cat, they kind of multiply.
Okay.
Maybe bump the value up to 2 as well.
And then are we getting rid of the bonus die?
Yeah, and you get rid of the bonus die entirely. That's not a thing. You don't even need the bonus die. I felt like that was kind of a weird thing anyways. It was sort of a remnant of a different way that this game used to be played, where you would pay like a certain value. Each of the cards had a cost on them, the same way that the snack cards do, and that's the cost that you would pay to pick it up. And so we would roll the bonus die, and it'd say you could use either or both results, both meaning you'd have to pay the cost on both of the things. So that's not how it works anymore. And I feel like the solution that we came up with to it was kind of convoluted anyway, so we're just going to change it to this. We'll see how this goes. Bumping the value up to 2. Maybe it should be called something other than Lucky Cat now.
Yeah.
It's not exactly lucky anymore. We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Hungry Axolotl, I like this one a lot. Discard a food card in play to collect 3 coins. I like that one. Bunny float. Okay, here we go. Now we're at bunny float. Let's change bunny float. We'll leave critter cake as is. Change bunny float. My thinking off the top of my head is to change the lower the value and add some text to it. So maybe drop this to 1. But give it some way to increase its value again.
Whoa,
So it's like
I can't believe you're going after the only strategy I know, which is make bunny floats a bunch of money. I can't believe you would personally attack my character.
Well,
like
you've still got critter cake. You still got critter cake that does the same.
But I
thing.
do agree that if they do the same thing, like I think they should have different things. So
yeah. So maybe okay. What about +1 value for each other animal card in play? Because you want it to pair with maid, but maid is not an animal card, and so you're having to kind of like pick your buff, you know? Pick which way you're gonna try to use this.
Did you make these symbols?
I did actually, yes.
They're really cute. I like them a lot.
Thank you. Okay. So that solves that problem, or at least tries to. We'll see how it ends up going. Dog detective, I think that's a cool one.
Yeah.
Frosty mug, it falls in the same category as chef and secret agent and all those. We like frosty mug. Energy drink, we kind of already addressed this. We're going to leave that as is for now. Critter cake is also good. Vending machine, I like vending machine.
I love vending machine, yeah.
That's a good one to pick up and flip quickly.
Yeah.
Speaking of flip phone. Draw a card for each cat, girl, and secret agent in play. That's... Okay, so I like flip phone because it sort of adds like a 3-layer combo to the cat girl. It makes cat girl more valuable.
Yeah.
And she's not super valuable on her own. But she also makes lucky cats more valuable, which is like a added thing. So the value of cat girl is sort of in all of the other ins and outs that go into the total value that she brings to the table. So that's kind of why I like flip phone, actually. Do you have any thoughts on this? I mean, drawing cards is... I don't know how strong it even is in this game. You know? So much of it... You have so much control over your deck size that... if you can get it down to just 5 cards, it's like, well, I don't really need to draw it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the fun. I think that, like, maybe that is the rooted reason why I like the concept of Gacha-Pawn so much, is when I play online CCG games, like kind of these like roguelike deck builder games. Yeah. A big part of the game is eventually finding ways to delete the base cards in your deck so that the more powerful cards come up. Right. And I hate doing that. Like, for some reason, my brain is always like, why would I delete a card when I can just add a new card to my thing? Because I'm very bad at card games. Yeah. And so I like this because now it's like, oh, well, if there's a card I don't like, I can sell it and I gain something of value from it. So
You're right, you're not just deleting it, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, well, we will leave flip phone as is then. Recycling bin. Yeah. Put a card from your discard pile into your hand. This feels really strong. I feel like I use this a lot.
I would just decrease the value of recycling bin. Yeah. I think the text on it is cool, but maybe it's worth 2.
Yep. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Hey.
Great minds thinking alike. Okay, so yeah, that's good for recycling bin. Capybara. I think this is the only.
Yep.
Well, no, it's one of 2 cards now that has no text on it.
Capybara is worth a lot of money.
Yep.
I guess the question is,
It's about all it's got going for it.
Yeah.
There's no great ways to modify it. I don't think there's any cards actually in the deck that modify Capybara's value. You can get a market card that increases it.
Yeah.
I suppose there's now the treasure card. Or, gosh, got Mythmash brain. It's trophy cards, not treasure cards. But there's the treasure cards now that could modify this. Honestly, I could see taking the value up to 6.
Whoa, that's crazy. I wouldn't, but...
You wouldn't? Okay.
No, I just think that, it's weird that you can have... statistically, it's improbable, but it's weird that you can have 2 capybaras and sell them for 12 coins and then buy a lot of the things that are in the... win store.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. All right, well, we'll leave it as is for now. I don't hate where it's at.
Yeah, leave it as is, and next time we play, we can kind of...
We'll keep tabs on it.
Figure out, yeah. I love Takoyaki. Yeah. I think Takoyaki is a fun card.
I agree. Well, let's keep it where it is. And then Mood Ring. This is an interesting one.
Yeah.
I have nothing else to say on it. I think it's interesting. It feels like it could be broken. It kind of slots into any build you could be going for, which is, I think, the strength of it. It doesn't do anything for you. There's no value that you're getting off of this, which I think is kind of the balancing factor here. That's the only reason the card is balanced, is that it's just kind of dead space in your deck until you're ready to sell it, until you have a different combo built up that doesn't use this, and it's good then. I think we can leave it as is, but
okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, we didn't change that much here, but that was a good first run of changes. All right. Cool. Well, I think that's as good a place as any to call it a day.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing left would be the snack cards. I like most of the snack cards. Let's not mess with those yet.
Cards. Yeah.
If anything, we would change the names. We've got some good ideas for the names, but I think we've done this long enough. Let's wrap things up here. So, that's it. That's the stream. That's the stream, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you had fun. I certainly did. It's a nice little Gacha-Pawn session today. We feel like we're making some progress here. So,
I would agree.
Yes. We will have this back on the tabletop soon, I'm sure. We might even do it Friday. I'm trying to think. Did we talk about doing something for Friday? Do you remember, Arl?
I think that we have no set plans for this week from when we talked.
Yeah.
It was like a anything goes kind of week.
Maybe this is just Gacha-Pawn week. We'll just play it twice and see where it is.
Jerry Aries says thank you for streaming.
You're so welcome, Jerry. Thank you for being here. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Steve says thanks for the stream. Have a great rest of the day, guys.
Yeah. That was a good one. I had a good time. So, all right. Well, I think that'll about do it for us here today. Then we'll see you again Friday for more Gacha. Oh, one thing that I do want to point out before we leave the stream. This is pretty exciting. I should have pointed this out sooner. I spent all of yesterday not only updating Board Game Geek with stuff, but also preparing the official shop page for Studio Spicy. So we've got the games. They're on here now. If you click on them, you can get on a wait list. So you'll be notified directly when they come out in October. So that's pretty exciting. It's getting close. We are almost ready, guys. It's finally happening. So head on over to spicy.com, sp1cy.com. If you're interested in being the first to grab a copy of Mythmash or Draft Duel, those will both be here sooner than we know it. So that's the last thing that I have as far as that stuff goes. But yeah, thanks again for tuning in. We will be here again on Friday. We might even be here again before Friday. We might do another late night stream. I forget where we left that for this week, Arl, but we'll talk off camera about when we want to do that. But we might play some more Pokemon TCG for the Game Boy Color. We did that last week, I guess, sometime, and it was a fun time. Yeah, it was quite fun. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, definitely stay tuned. Hit that bell button to get notified, or however they do it on Twitch. I don't know. That's going to do it for me, though. Thanks, guys, for being here one last time, and I will see you all again Friday, or maybe even sooner. We'll see. Who knows? Bye.